this? Oh boy. Okay.
Sup, robot?
Boop boop.
Robot?
Beep boop boop. Okay. Lorpa Dorpa, it's us. It's Let's Read. Let's Read.
What, are we on?
Yes, we're now. Ha,
Holy
we're live.
crap.
Let's read!
Let's read. Let me dream.
What is it? 6 years now?
Oh God, yeah. It's like
say that.
we
You know,
passed on the 6th anniversary.
let me put this in perspective. I've dated Jill for 5 years.
Oh,
The entirety
congratulations.
of our relationship has revolved around living the dream.
Wait, what?
No, it hasn't revolved, but the fact that like I started dating Jill, we're still dating through Let's Read is just, I don't know.
No, congratulations on that. That's that's good. That's one good thing at least. As we end out 2019 and the end of the 20-teens decade and
20-teens.
and enter into the roaring new 20s.
I'm excited. I actually want to throw a Roaring 20s party. I want everyone dressed up like suits and ties and
Oh,
be a
yeah.
grand old time. Can't wait for Prohibition.
Yeah,
Can I
that'll be
come
fun.
dressed up like a flapper?
You definitely can.
Oh boy.
Don't bring beer though. Beer is not allowed.
Okay, I
Okay,
understand.
fair enough.
Prohibition.
So if we're doing the 20s, when is the stock market going to crash? Are we going to wait until like 2028 or what?
No, I think we might do it early.
You want to just like get it out of the
2023.
way?
You know, mix it up a little bit. It can't be the exact same as the
Right,
Roaring
we can't just
20s.
run it back, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this
Which
is
means World War III.
since it is the end of the decade, and we have been doing this for most of the decade, I felt it appropriate to do something that Cabral you just uncovered, which is to go over the real true biopic information on Lance Greenfield, aka Kick-Ass 222 Your Mom, aka Gyrocon, because apparently we've been wrong about him this entire time. And I think it's important we set the record straight.
I think it is. I agree.
So Cabral, please explain, who is Gyrocon?
Well, you see, his name is actually Lance Greenfield. He was born in September 20th, 1994, in New York City, New York. His sex is stallion male.
Second worst thing that's happened in September in New York in a long time.
Oh! Let's not talk about cats, please.
Oh, goodness. Appearance. His coat color is cyan with red zebra stripes. Main color is black and red. Tail color is black and red. Eye color is red, parentheses, alligator type eyes. His cutie mark, which is a spoiler, by the way, if you haven't read the previous chapters, I don't know why you're watching this one at this point, but it's a test dummy symbol. That's his cutie mark. Extra info, wears strange clothes in the beginning, but soon goes to wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing
Almost
at all.
feels like I'm wearing
And
nothing
it only
at
gets
all.
better. Cody, would you like to cover some of his personalities, hobbies, and some extra info about this Lance Greenfield character?
Sure. If you don't mind me cutting in and just running it back just a couple lines, there is a distinction between mane color and tail color, which means I am thankful that they are the same, and he doesn't have different colors on his tail and mane. That would be even worse.
I think we're all grateful for that.
Yeah. Okay. Personality, hobbies, and extra info. Mood/personality. He's nice, fun-loving, and sort of a nerd. He loves books and is sort of stuck up. But he's a fun guy to be around sometimes. Hates violence and will do anything to avoid it. But if he can't avoid it, he will try to talk his way out of it.
Well then.
Sadly, it usually doesn't work. He ends up getting his ass kicked every time. He sucks at fighting.
And talking, apparently.
Hold on, I just want to wanted to quickly just jump back one chapter real quick, and after all that stuff about how he hates fighting and he avoids it if at all possible, and tries to talk his way out of all the situations. I just wanted to jump back one chapter and read this one line from Lance's POV even. I smiled at Kill. Now the real fight begins. I laughed loudly and slammed Kill onto the ground. So, sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there real fast.
Yeah, not the most accurate characterization of Lance, if I had to be blunt about it. Updated, Lance is very protective of his friends. but even more protective of his wife and best friend, Dila.
I like how his best friend isn't his wife.
First I thought that his wife
Does that mean Dila is both his wife and his best friend?
Twilight, oh my god, what's going to happen to you? Also,
Twilight
shit, poor Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Fucking David, go home, dude. He will do anything and everything to keep them safe. This becomes more evident in later chapters. Please bear with the series of chapters where it does not seem like he's that interested in his wife and friend.
Remember, first read the first chapter, then the second to see what you think before just reading the first one.
Right. He also has two consciences that he can talk to, Break and Dawn. For a description of them, look at Profile Bio. This has also matured in the newest chapters. He is no longer the same teenage boy. If you didn't know this, his birthday hasn't come up. I may do a birthday party scene for it. That'd be fucking dope. Lance has a temper, even if it's not shown in the story much.
Yeah, no. Yeah, sure.
Unless you really look.
Oh.
Yeah.
He hides it very well. but will snap if pushed. An example of this would be when Trixie boasted about herself in the park and sent Lance over the edge, causing him to lose his temper and go on a large rant full of cussing and rage.
Oh god, that did happen. It was like the first time. It was the first time his best friend in the whole wide world like appeared in the story suddenly.
Right.
Yeah, they're at that restaurant over there.
Yeah, I remember when Trixie did like a not really all that much that was that bad, and he fucking totally went apeshit ham.
Yeah.
Favorite food? Flour and hay sandwich.
Oh.
Favorite color? Blue.
Okay.
Occupation? Was a waiter, but was soon fired after missing work too much.
Okay, well, there we go, confirmation. He's not a waiter anymore.
Oh, goodness.
Why did he even have that job? Has he already been fired and we just don't know about it? Or is that going to be like a plot point later?
I think it's literally, I would imagine it's literally just a thing where he realized when writing the bio, oh shit, he hasn't gone to work in like months. Okay, I guess he's probably just fired.
He fucking like no call no show for his weight job.
He's making like 20 bits an hour doing that.
Yeah.
I know. God, this fucking
and only had to work 3 days a week.
Doesn't understand the labor of the common pony.
By the way, I read a little bit. Just like there's like 4 sentences covering Kick-Ass himself, who we have met in person. You know, we've all not Duhad here, but anyways. So Kick-Ass has said my favorite character for My Little Pony, friendship is magic, is Vinyl Scratch. Reasons? I'm a retired DJ now. Mind you, this was back in 2016. And she's just plain awesome with her mute self.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he's still a DJ, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That and the fact, I don't know.
Also, wait, hold on. He likes her, like, and one of the things that he loves about her is the fact that she's mute, but in his own story, she talks a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, being a retired DJ, how many years were you a DJ that you're like, it's time to retire?
He said, now I will use this space to give a profile of a few of my characters, and proceeds to give us one.
Quality.
Which is some real living the dream tier shit.
Please tell me it's the dog. Please tell me it's Louie the dog.
No, it's Kyrikan.
Of course.
My batteries?
Hold on. Is there like you mentioned, I think Cabral mentioned that like there's actually a description of Kill and Joy somewhere. I would genuinely love to know whether or not they're literally just 2 versions of Gyrokan on his shoulders, or if like these are entirely new characters.
He said, okay, check profile bio, but this is the profile bio.
Okay.
Like, I don't know where else we would go,
Maybe we're just supposed to like fill in Gyrokan's name with like Kill and Joy respectively, and it's just all of them.
I guess. Well, actually, it's Break and Dawn.
Break and Dawn, right?
Dream fan.
Yeah. Right.
Wow, his most recent stories from 2016, Fallen Equestria.
Good lord.
Know what we're reading next?
No.
6 years.
No.
2020 new decade's resolution: not be reading this by the end of the decade.
6 years is really ambitious for finishing living the dream. By the way.
I think we're on going snowboarding now.
We are going snowboarding.
We're going snowboarding.
I'm so glad we're done with the crossover.
We're done with the crossover, and it's the holiday season.
Wow, we planned that.
Crazy.
Ding, ding, ding-a-ling, tong.
Oh God. Okay, let's do it.
Ching, chang, chong, ching, ching, chang.
Whoa, wait, hey, buddy, it's 2019.
It's 29.
Relax, you're gonna have to leave that shit in the 2010s.
Yeah,
you're right.
2020, racism is gone.
Yeah, it's over.
It's all over. You're right. Wait, no, it's still 2019. I got a couple days left.
Oh no!
I got a couple days left.
God damn it! Let's read the dream.
Recording. Fuck.
Let's read. Living the dream. I can't cast it.
Let's read.
I worked pretty hard on this chapter. Also, this chapter is short. Sorry, I became kind of emotional today. Go to my FimFiction profile to see the blog post.
Where's this FimFiction?
I warn you, it's sad and heartfelt. Please enjoy.
Oh damn!
You really gonna go roast this guy?
We're not gonna roast his.
Let him be sad, okay? You fucking psychopath.
Good lord.
Chapter 58. 2 days after Graves left.
Oh shit. Okay.
Can we okay?
Okay, hold on.
I'm not touching any of the voices. Fuck it. It's all on you.
I'll do the stupid voices. I mean, it's just Gyricon, so.
Yeah.
I think the brackets are done.
I'm kind of missing the author's note where he says which.
The brackets are kill, and anything that's bolded, not brackets, is dawn.
Okay.
Or whatever it is.
Kill dawn.
Joy.
Yeah. Damn, it's cold. Well, duh. We're high up in the mountains. It's snowing. Of course it's cold.
You had it backwards.
Oh, but whatever.
So breaks the brackets.
Okay, breaks.
And I thought I was Joy.
Whatever. I'm just doing them. We're going back to the old system because.
Let's read.
Let's read.
I chuckled to myself as I listened to Break and Dawn argue. I looked out the window of the train as we passed a beautiful white landscape. I shivered slightly when a gust of wind came through the crack in the window. I was wearing a black and red scarf. I was wearing a black and red scarf made by Rarity. A beanie type hat on the top of my head. I had on a black face cover that covered my mouth and nose. Lastly, I was wearing the clothes Graves had left me, but with the addition of goggles and black boots. Even though I had all that, I was still freezing.
You don't have a coat, idiot.
You okay there, Lance?
Oh, this skin tight latex is really not keeping me that warm.
It is icy.
Can't wait till the latex just freezes and things and just slowly breaks.
Anyway, yeah.
You okay there, Lance?
Twilight asked as she watched me shiver. I smiled, but it was hidden by my face cover, so I forced out a chuckle.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just freezing to death over here.
She chuckled and scooted closer to me.
Want to share my blanket?
I scooted closer to her.
Sure, whatever. I would love to share a blanket.
I would love her to share a blanket.
I would love her to share a blanket.
I would love her to share a blanket. Wherefore art thou? I then nuzzled her cheek. She giggled and used her magic to cover both of us with the blanket. She then wrapped her hooves around me and hugged me tightly. I hissed in pain.
Careful, Clyde. I'm still bruised and sore from the fight. Hold on. So this is
a break.
This is break. Okay, yeah. I still can't believe it was a draw.
Easy way to remember. Think bad boy starts with B, bracket starts with B.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
and nothing starts with nerd. So wait, hold on. Hold on.
Hold on a second.
Never mind.
She smiled awkwardly and loosened her embrace.
Oh, oops, sorry.
I chuckled and pulled her close, ignoring the searing pain.
It's okay. I still love you.
She smiled and laid her head on my shoulder.
You're so into there.
You're just in there.
Yeah, just right in there.
Sight?
Sight.
Sight.
I'll never know how your mind works, Break.
Sight.
I rolled my eyes and enjoyed the rest of the ride.
55 minutes later.
A very specific amount of time later.
This place is awesome.
Me and David said at the same time as we stood in the lobby of the ski resort. The girls just chuckled at our actions and walked to the check-in desk, leaving us guys behind. Spike whistled.
When I win bigger. I'll go with that, it's fine. I haven't done Spike in ages.
Yeah, alright. Greg laughed and held up his hoof.
Dude, thanks for letting me come, dude.
Spike bumped his hand against Greg's hoof.
No problem. Yeah, bronies are my friends too.
That's Luna!
But that's right.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Spike was just like a kind of nasalier Twilight.
Was he? Okay, that's
Yeah.
It's fine. No one
I mean,
remembers.
it's been like 50 chapters since I've seen Spike.
Yeah.
How dare you literally forget any of the nuance of living the dream?
You're right. Sorry.
I smiled and looked at everyone who had come on this little trip. It was me, all the bronies, the main six, Cody, Ditzy, D-Law, Drax, Lionel Scratch, Luna, and of course, Spike.
On this little trip.
All of my friends and Cody.
And Cody! Yeah, altogether, we're a large group, 21 strong.
21! This group is getting big.
This is Lance speaking to himself.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, this is Lance. I know, right? I never noticed there were so many of us.
There's more than that.
Zaro rubbed his hooves together in excitement.
Wait,
Oh, God. Yeah,
is Zoro part of the bronies? How many are in the
Zaro's
bronies?
your friend, but Cody's not.
yeah.
Heck,
Oh,
well,
God.
all right.
The people who are just sitting around, like, staring at people, like, from a bush and jerking. Like, those are your buddies.
Yeah,
Not
the
Cody.
fam. We call them the squad.
All right, Cabral, you want to take some of the bronies?
I thought I was going to
wait,
do
shit,
all
no,
the main
there's gonna
six
be-
are all
oh,
here.
God,
I was
there's
doing
gonna
all
be
like,
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
there was,
you're
I
all
thought,
the fan made characters. I'm all the
Yeah,
weird
sorry.
stuff.
I thought the main six were going to have less lines, but it looks like there actually is some stuff coming up. So,
Yeah, there's
okay,
some talking
yeah.
down there.
I can't wait to start skiing.
Peter smirked.
Well, while you're skiing, I'll be off snowboarding.
Zaro rolled his eyes.
Skiing is so much better.
Peter went on the offensive.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I laughed and turned away as the two went at it. Twilight walked up to me, reading a piece of paper.
What? You should read this. It's pretty important.
I shrugged and took it from her magical grasp. I skimmed over it and nodded.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
The paper said that all Pegasus must wear heavy wing covers. The temperatures up here are too much for the fragile bone and feathers. So flying around is out of the question while we're this high up.
That's
Yeah, just like Rainbow
That's
Dash in
not-
the show. All
that's-
the time.
Yeah.
But she had
you know
the giant
Cloudsdale, the
thing
balmy summery place up high, 3,000
Yeah.
plus feet in the air, right?
Clearly you can't just fly up like, I don't know, slightly above the cloud level. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. Damn! I wanted to cause an avalanche with a shadow blast! You evil, awesome dude. That would have actually been kind of cool! Yeah, you know, kill me all my
21
friends!
strong.
Look it up, let's go!
21 strong, 20 dead.
21 coffins. Let's go.
Suddenly, I felt something go over each wing. I looked back and chuckled. Twilight was placing wing covers over each of my wings. She had her tongue stuck out while she worked. So damn cute! Once she had my wings tucked away, she smiled proudly.
Got it.
I giggled. Wait. I giggled!
Ha 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 ha! You are such a girl. Oh my God, Lance. That was the funniest sound I've ever heard. Screw both of you. God.
Yo, what the fuck up? Twilight looked at me and began to laugh, followed by the others. This is freaking embarrassing! I held up my hooves.
Okay, we all had our laughs. God.
Rarity stopped laughing slowly and smiled.
I agree with Lance. It was funny, but we need to get back to the business at Hoof.
Twilight held back her laughs and nodded.
Yes, we should. We have the rooms, but now we must divide up to each room. Lance and I will take one.
Rarity nodded in agreement.
Peter and I will take one for ourselves.
Is that the couple?
I guess
guess they are a couple. I think they were.
I think they just all matched off at some point.
Who the hell's Aaron? Wait, no, okay.
Aaron.
Aaron's with Vinyl Scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron.
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 Aaron shrugged.
I guess Vinyl and I can take one for ourselves too.
How many rooms did you guys get?
All of them.
Okay. 10?
Yeah. I looked at everyone else.
Okay, Rainbow Dash and Dave will go together. Cody and Derpy will also get a room to themselves. Haha, now that idiot Killjoy's gone, I'm going back to calling her Derpy. Of course, Greg and Pinkie Pie's room will be far away from the rest. And because fuck both of you. And the last couple on the list is Frederick and Luna. They get the biggest room.
So, Cody, how would you like it if you're out with your friends and, you're all hanging out and everything? It's all couple-related sort of thing. And you're like, all right, and we'll make sure these two people are the farthest away from everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of a couple of people that I'd want to put as far away from you as possible. No names are going to be named on this broadcast, but if you're listening and you think, wow, you might be talking about me, I am, bitch.
Oof, shots fired.
Oof.
Look at you, Neurobrony.
I'm at, whoa, I didn't.
Woof. Okay, so.
Yikes, bro. Relax. All of the couples smiled at each other, happy to have a room for themselves. Seth became confused.
What about us?
I smirked.
I'm going to be evil here. Seth and Zorro share a room.
Wah, wah.
He had two friends sharing a room. How fucking terrible. Are they, like, obligated to fuck while they're there, or what?
Apparently, yes.
That is the obligation.
Well, after they groaned.
Neither of us are gay, but we gotta do something, so...
Sorry, guys.
Wasn't Zorro still in, like, a full body cast?
I just assume he is at all times.
After they groaned, I looked over to Applejack and Fluttershy.
Sorry, you two, but you're also going to have to share a room also.
It's not like they're friends.
Applejack looks at Fluttershy, it's like, no, fuck you.
Just like discuss, fine with us, we've done it before.
Fucking bitch. I nodded and looked over to the remaining ponies.
Spike, since you're basically our bitch, you can be in Twilight's room. And Drax, I guess you can take the leftover room with Delia, the girl who cannot be in physical contact with a man. That should work out well. Anyway,
No, they get. Oh.
Anyway, you may stay with me in Twilight also.
Okay, hold on.
Drax is getting the room.
Why can't Spike and Drax just stay in a room together?
Don't.
That's gay.
I guess. Drax slowly walked towards me, and a nervous look on his face.
Wait, what about Cody?
He's with Derpy.
Yeah,
they're
like.
Oh,
they got their own thing. Yeah. Lance, can you put me and Delia in the same room?
Ooh, I looked at him strangely.
Why, this is weird. This is very weird.
He blushed, which was clearly visible since his coat was black.
No. What?
No reason.
What?
I then smirked, now knowing why he wanted a room with her.
Let me guess. You want to smash. I mean, you like her.
Actually, we're just gonna watch the Disney Plus.
He blushed deeply.
No, I mean, no.
I chuckled and looked at Dila.
On second thought, you and Drax share a room?
She thought for a second.
You can have Delia. It's basically a... yeah.
I guess?
I smiled.
Making my friends uncomfortable. All right, perfect.
But she can't be touched by...
Yeah, this is a recipe for bad times. Anyway, perfect. Who wants to hit the slopes?
Almost everyone said yes. A few of us went to check out the rooms.
Not that it matters who's who.
Peter walked over and threw a snowboard at me. I jumped off in my teeth.
Oh.
David smiled.
Let's do this! Woo!
I more had the idea that like Peter's ran up and smacked Lance across the face with a snowboard.
Yeah. Also, I love how very specific these times are. Like it's not just like half an hour later or an hour later. It's 55 minutes later, 32 minutes later.
32 minutes later. I looked down the steep slope, feeling butterflies in my stomach.
Don't you pussy out, Lance. I want to do this.
I gulped and stood on my hind legs, the board strapped to my boots. I'll never know how I'm able to stay balanced on my hind legs and on a board, but I did it somehow.
Thank you for sharing.
I prepared myself for the ride downward. Sweat was pouring down my face, freezing before it was even halfway down my face.
Oh my goodness, how cold is it?
It's that damn cold.
Wow, that's damn cold. Oh my gosh.
Once everyone was ready, Peter smiled.
Let's get this thing started.
He then jumped forward and began to go down the hill on his board. Everyone else followed, all but me. I was shaking from the cold and fear.
Ugh, I've got this. Break, no.
I felt him take over and push me forward, causing me to go straight down the mountain.
Shit.
I screamed out as I picked up speed and it became hard to keep balanced. I leaned around till I regained full control of my movements and began to enjoy the thrill of flying down the slopes. Up ahead, I saw Aaron lose control and begin to roll down the hill.
Ha ha ha! He's going to die. Funny shit right there.
So, in order for sweat to freeze, it has to be around minus 40 to 50.
And you gotta probably like knock that up a few degrees, like down a few degrees. I mean, because it's freezing instantly. It's not just like freezing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's probably more like minus 80, and there's snowboarding.
Yeah, this is a good idea. Do this, kids.
Which would mean the fluid on his eyeballs would also freeze.
Yes, he's probably blind at this moment.
I flew past Aaron laughing.
Better luck next time.
Wow.
You're too slow.
Gotta go fast.
As I glided across the snow, a stallion walked out into my path.
Hello there.
Oh, here. Fucking move. Lance, want him. Move.
I yelled out too late. I slammed into him, sending both of us down the mountain. We finally came to a stop, and I stood up, pulling my face cover back up and adjusting my goggles.
Oh, who could
the
it
other
be?
stallion stood and rubbed his head. I looked him over. He was a gray Pegasus with a black and ice blue mane and tail, and his eyes were kind of brown.
Kind of brown.
Kind of brown.
Okay.
He had a gentle look to him. He looked at me and blinked.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to knock you off your board.
I chuckled and waved him off.
It's okay.
I held out a hoof.
The name's Lance, by the way. Lance, you just told him your real name.
Everyone knows your real
Oh,
name.
shit. I wasn't thinking.
The stallion smiled and reached out and took my hoof.
Ah, nice to meet you, Lance. My name is Shadow Breeze.
Cool name.
Thanks, narrator.
Wow, that is sick, bro.
So, what was you doing out here?
He smiled.
Yes, I was just keeping track of all the animals and shit like that.
I'm a forestry ranger, you see. Animals and shit is basically my job.
I just had a horrible realization. I think what they're doing here is they're going to start pairing off all the single characters.
Oh,
Because
God.
this guy is a gentle guy who's chasing after animals.
God damn it.
No. Applejack, right? So I think what they're probably going to start doing is like pairing off everybody that's still single.
Yeah, you're right. Shit.
Cool. Shit. Just keep track of all the animals and shit like that. He then instantly covered his mouth.
He just said shit. Does that mean he's brony?
I looked at him and cocked my head.
Human?
He looked shocked.
Maybe.
I smiled and laughed a little.
Well, I'll be damned. I found another brony.
You know, do ponies not swear? Is that canon?
I guess.
I
It
technically
is now. I'm pretty sure they've sworn in the past in this very fanfiction, but like now they don't.
He looked confused at what I was saying. I just smiled, even if it was covered by my face mask.
Don't worry, I'm a brony too. You can act like one around me and my friends.
I love this idea, by the way, that like Lance is like almost kneeling down, pointing to himself with his hooves, and other ponies just walking past, looking at him.
Mm-hmm. He relaxed.
I didn't know there was others here.
Didn't Celestia like put out like a giant message, basically going like, "Hey, all bronies, come to Lance's house so that you can." Like,
I miss Mount Batteris.
like a simulator, whatever.
You're the only one who misses Malbatteris.
Is it Fluttershy with Mount Batteris?
Oh God, you're right.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, that is just an assumption that I'm making.
It might be an assumption.
Mount Batteris wanted to be with Fluttershy, and there was a chapter where they were like on a date, basically, but like I don't think it was ever resolved specifically. So
there's like a cuck and bull situation unfolding in front of us here.
could be.
That is exciting.
This is
Well, we're already
yeah,
almost at the end of the chapter too.
Drama.
Holy crap!
It was short. He was feeling bad that day.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm looking for the blog post right now.
No, God damn it, we're not going to fucking
Knock
like drag this poor
Fucking
bastard.
dumbass! Did you like dog die or something? Stupid idiot!
Like,
The malaria got to him that day.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh God.
Okay. He.
shrugged.
Wait, where were we?
I shrugged.
I shrugged.
All right. There was more than you think.
He
There's
looked
way
taken
more than you
aback.
think.
Really?
I
Well,
nodded
you
and chuckled.
Well, you assume there was 0, and there's at least 1, so I mean, that's way more than you thought just right there.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm not going to answer your question, apparently. So tell me, why don't you try to go to Ponyville? I'll be curious about this. I haven't seen any bronies make their way there.
He held his hoof to his chin.
Well, I just appeared here, and I kind of liked it here. I work here now. I help with normal things, and
You know those normal things.
I do help with normal things.
and I watch over the little fillies and colts. Nothing creepy. I also keep track of the animals in the area. I just love it here. Besides, I couldn't find Ponyville.
I love it
like
here.
a bunch
I don't
of
know
reasons,
what
but the real reason.
I don't know what any of this thing is. It's just nice. I love it out here. Also, I don't know where Ponyville is.
I held back a laugh.
Well, that answers my question.
It does?
Apparently, you should come to the lobby tonight. Me and my friends are going to sit around the fire.
The building on fire.
He smiled.
I love that. Thanks.
I shifted onto my board and waved.
Smell you later, Gramps.
I then began heading down the slope, ready to get back to the resort to my warm room. I hope you liked that. I'm feeling horrible right now. Damn depression memories. Remember to rest and...
Recuperate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rest and
man.
recuperate. There you go.
You know, I missed his writing. I'm not gonna lie. That was
Mental
so
health
much.
thing.
That was so much.
Very, very much more palatable. Yeah.
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 That felt
This
very
was not terribly long, and you know, it's
Yeah.
it's a 6-year special.
The next chapter is incredibly short.
Oh, let's just do it. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
it's
Come on.
almost all dialogue, and it's like, yeah, not much.
And that's the way the news goes.
Getting the news.
I think all of you are going to love this chapter. I introduce a new character, new romance unfolds.
God damn it, you were right.
I'll shut up now. Enjoy this chapter. Also, on Monday, I may not write a chapter. I'm going to do a story for a writer's contest on film fiction.
Okay,
Enjoy.
fine.
Frankly, you should, just to be fair to the other competitors, drop out of that one. Because,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you
this-
kind of need to leave some prize money for the rest of us.
Yeah,
right?
come on.
Yeah.
Come
Be
on,
fair to
dude.
your-
You don't see LeBron dunking on Little League kids. Come on, just relax.
Okay, chapter 50. Wait, chapter 59.
Chapter 59. Yeah, remember the chapter's always one behind the actual
Right.
chapter.
Because one of them was like an update, was it?
It was like an intermission or something.
Like,
yeah,
an intermission, I think. But anyway, so. All right, Peter.
Peter.
So you found another brony, eh?
I made myself laugh, sorry. Peter asked as he warmed himself next to the fire.
Fire.
I nodded.
Yup. Why does everyone copy Big Mac?
I chuckled and looked around me. We was all in the cozy lobby.
We was all in the cozy lobby.
That's the we was.
We was in that young cozy lobby, fam. Sitting on throw pillows around the fire. Each couple shared a pillow and was wrapped in each other's hooves. This is not like... If I was invited to some weird semi-orgy shit, I would not want to be...
Right?
Show of everybody's making ads like, okay, this is weird. Starting to realize why all you people came to this world now.
I can't wait till Shadow Breed watch it. Is this the right place?
I'm just like imagining Shadow Breed. I love the idea of like Shadow Breeze just being a normal guy who just ended up here by accident.
I do normal things.
And he's just like, oh God, this is why you all came here. Oh God, you're kissing them. Oh.
I do normal things.
Zorro sat alone and chuckled.
I hope we don't find too many bronies.
Everyone nodded in agreement.
Yeah, fuck them. We got ours.
I mean, he's right, man. I hope we don't find too many bronies either.
Mm.
That's kind of my main objective walking into a new building is like, God, I hope there's no bronies here.
You know, first day at work.
Everyone nodded in agreement. We then began to chat about general things and what we was going to do tomorrow on the slopes.
Dog.
Yes, this is you, Kroll.
This is me, okay. Hey everyone, Lance told me to come. I brought my friend.
Said a voice behind us all. We all turned to see Shadow Breeze and a olive green female Pegasus.
Oh, don't worry, I brought my own OC to make out with.
Ah, good. Yes.
I smiled.
Hey, Shadow, who's your friend?
She smiled and walked up to me and extended a hoof.
You can do this.
That's fine, I'll take it. Let's see, Venetian, what an interesting name. Is it? I guess.
Well, she goes by Vine, so maybe it's Vineshin or like
Vineshin? A Venetian made more sense.
Vineshin!
Vineshin. All right, I'm Vineshin, but you can call me Vine if you want.
I only really talk in 7-second
I was talking 7-second voices.
30 seconds after meeting a woman accompanied by a strange man, Seth goes.
Yeah, they brought Vine and Shadow the Hedgehog. That's crazy.
I don't like this.
Seth smiled smugly. That's a fun word to say. I like that.
That is actually a fun sentence.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually well written. Seth smiled smugly and stood up and made his way to her.
Ooh, hell. Hey there, pretty lady. I must say, you're looking smoking hot today.
Yeah, well, okay. Vineshin rolled her eyes and stomped her hoof. Vine popped out of the ground and wrapped around Seth's back leg and lifted him up into the air.
What the hell?
Like a vine?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was such a beastly environment.
He said as he began to thrash about. Shadow Breeze chuckled as he made his way over to us.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Vine here can control plants.
And apparently conjure them out of nowhere? Or I guess there's just fucking growths in the floor?
This place is kind of run down, Lance. Are you sure we're going to have...
No wonder they're just giving away trips to this place. It's
We all
looked at him in disbelief, and I said,
What? How is that possible? I mean, triple rainboom shadow explosions, alternate forms, psychopathic, like, alternate personalities that give you superpowers, giant DBZ beam fights, traveling across dimensions.
Why do you get to get the superhero power from Sky High?
Like,
mean...
But plants? That's too much, man.
Sky High.
She shrugged.
Ever since I arrived here in Equestria, I've had this power.
My eyes widened.
What?
Oh,
Wait.
no.
You're Brony?
She chuckled and shook her head slightly.
Pegasus.
Personally, I'm actually very surprised by that. I nodded and gave a slight.
Well, it's good to meet a female brony for once.
Oh.
She looked at our group.
You mean you haven't even met a single female brony?
Peter, well, to be fair, I mean, I'm sure we've met female bronies, but I mean, when they talk, it just goes in one ear and out the other. Am I right? Hey-o. Opinions and their matter.
Lord. Anyway, so
Can't wait for the 2020s.
Oh,
Anyway,
boy. When racism and sexism is over.
Not yet.
Yeah.
2 days left.
We're still chugging along on sexism. That might be like a February patch.
Ah, damn.
But we'll get there.
Very bad.
We're almost there. We're getting there.
We're almost there. Peter shrugged.
Nope, just us men.
I looked over. Fuck, I can't deal with the fucking Peter Griffin voice.
At this point, I'm just imagining him as Peter Griffin, just like Family Guy style, just standing in this room of ponies.
Hey Lois, check it out. She brought a Pegasus.
A girl watching a pony show. What are they thinking next?
This is just like that time I went to Quahog and I had a beer with David Tennant.
Oh, God, I hate
Anyway, I looked over at Seth, whose face was turning red from being held upside down.
Could you drop him before his brain damage?
Too late. Vineshin looked at him and grinned.
Of course.
She stomped her hoof, causing the vine to go back into the ground, which in turn caused Seth to fall face first on the ground.
Oh, good.
Zara winced.
Oh, that had to hurt.
I let out a small laugh and looked over to Shadow.
So, why are you two still here? I mean, come on! You know you want to check out Ponyville.
Not everyone wants to check out Ponyville, to be fair.
Yeah. Vineshin answered for him.
Well, when we ran into each other a few months ago, we had both been here at the ski resort the whole time. What, working or living here?
Working?
He takes care of the kids and animals, and I take care of the forest, which... Well, all right then.
Sounds legit. Says Dawn from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Shadow nodded.
In truth, I like it here too much to leave. I mean, of course, I would like to go to Ponyville and see.
Yeah,
His
here
voice-
he goes.
His voice trailed off as his gaze stooped on a pony. Fluttershy.
Humana, 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 humana.
Humana, humana, humana.
Fluttershy began to shift uneasily under his gaze.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Shadow quickly looked away and gave a small laugh.
Sorry about that, I just remembered something.
He then turned and ran out of the room.
Oh!
I looked at Vineshin.
What was that about?
She she chuckled. Excuse me, I was hemorrhaging there.
Rather
for a
be
second.
spicy her knuckles.
I'll tell you later.
She then looked at the whole group.
I see everyone's paired up, and you've already gotten one of my favorite ponies. Well, damn.
Like she's just like saying to these people, like, "Oh damn, you've already like claimed one of them. Oh well."
You've already claimed them.
I can't, you should read the next.
Oh god. Okay.
Interaction.
Wait.
Yeah.
There's only female ponies here that she would know about. Does that mean she's... Break, don't assume that people you just met. She could mean the brownies.
Nah. You still meet the brownies.
I think she meant the mares. Both of you shut the fuck up! God!
You gotta love that all of a sudden they've developed this tact, like, you think she's a lesbian? You don't think she's really a lesbian, do you? Like, she couldn't be like a lesbian, right? Like, they're just like hushed whispering about it when they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna say the word retard all the time.
One chapter after going like, oh, I'm gonna put two guys in the same room. Oh my god, wait a minute. Girls? And girls?
Girls? Oh,
Do
you think?
I don't understand.
I mean, could it happen?
Girls can't love girls.
Does it happen?
Love girls.
Zara starts doing like the sign of the cross. All right. Twilight looked at her confused, and then at the group.
What do you mean? You haven't met any of the brodies before. How would you have a favorite?
I put my hoof on her mouth and whispered,
I'll tell you later, Twi.
His hoof's covered in mud and dirt.
Lesbians.
She nodded and whispered back.
Okay.
I looked back at Weinchen, who was looking at me and Twilight with an amused face. Peter rubbed his chin.
Uh-huh. I know what she means now. She means...
Bam! He held a hoof to his head and picked up the book that had just hit him.
Lance, what was that for?
You're fucking me up, dude. Sorry. I smiled.
Quiet, shout ahead.
He rolled his eyes and laid his head down. Rarity put her hooves over his neck and began to whisper in his ear. He seemed to cheer up instantly. Weinchen only chuckled at our actions to what she said. Luna rubbed her chin confused.
Oh, wow, Luna's here.
Luna's arrived.
Wow, I'm surprised. I'm confused. Can you tell me what you mean by... It's Frederick, the Canadian.
Sorry, brain, hold on.
Canada.
What was it?
Canadian.
Canada.
No, sorry, the line.
Lance!
I lost Lance, alright. Fuck.
Canada.
You got this. You got this.
Oi, Lance, if you throw that book, I will make you suffer. Hey?
If that's okay with you, dear.
Yeah, if that's alright with you there. Don't want to make a scene.
Frederick yelled out at me. I smiled sheepishly and slowly put the book down that I was about to throw at Luna.
What the fuck? Don't talk about lesbians!
God, yeah, what a severe reaction to her being, like, pretty openly like, oh yeah, you know.
Also, you gotta love like this lady just standing there going like, yes, I'm gay, and then like it's like, hold on, I gotta throw some books at my friends. Shut up, shut up.
He was like, oh, that's great, good for you. I heard you were let. He just gets like shot in the fucking dick. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay then. As I was saying, can you tell us what you mean by that? We've all got your favorite ponies. I didn't know what you meant. I didn't know you knew any of the bronies.
Why she looked at me holding back laughter?
I'll tell you all in due time. But tonight, I just want to get to know all of you.
If she's not a lesbian, I'll be pissed.
It's
I'm already like married to this plot.
Lesbian mysteries.
Man, 2012. Look how advanced he was.
I know he's so progressive.
Oh wow, yeah.
What a real fucking
straight up leftist.
But her opinion doesn't count because she's a woman. So.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Luna shrugged.
We will do.
Oh, sorry.
You got this. It's all right. Don't
You're right. No, apologies. We'll do this. Let's get talking about our lives.
Everyone laughed at her, and we all began to get to know each other a little better.
Luna,
if you know what I mean.
You fucking idiot.
32 minutes later.
Yeah, 32 minutes later. That night, Drax in D-Law's room. By the way, in terms of like name associations with like Peter Griffin, I really can't see Drax as anything other than the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. No,
visually,
you're right.
I just
You have to make it so now.
Yeah. So that's how Drax the Destroyer is like standing next to this. I not to be offensive, but I genuinely cannot think of like Delia as anything other that like. Everything that's been said about her makes me think that she's like a traditional Muslim, like that she's someone who has like strict religious like views and stuff. So I'm seeing it right now as Jax the Destroyer and a
petite Muslim woman.
Like a small Muslim mare, like sitting in this room together in a ski lodge, and it is very strange.
It's a fascinating mental image. I always got the impression that she was like Indian. I feel like I remembered
Like a Hindu?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
possibly.
like Hindi. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's not really. Maybe it's nothing. You know,
It could be
I
nothing.
don't
It
know.
could just be like a weird quirk they decided to give this character.
Right.
But anyway,
That
mental
night,
image.
Drax sat on the edge of the bed, looking at Dila, who was looking out the window at the night sky. He looked her over and sighed.
So beautiful.
He whispered under his breath. He had liked her ever since Lance had brought him over to her house. It was love at first sight for him, and that has never happened before. He has never even thought about dating his whole life, but for some reason he wants to be with her, to hold her and keep her safe. He knew he couldn't do that. He couldn't even talk to her or touch her because of her culture. I think you can talk to her.
I'm very sure you
Apparently,
can
I'm gonna
talk
break
to her.
that rule right now.
Time to get like really up in his shit. He rubbed his face and stood.
Dila.
She turned and to his surprise answered.
Hi. I mean, yes.
Is she like Japanese now?
I don't know.
He gulped. He hadn't expected her to respond.
How are you?
He instantly
Oh.
he instantly wanted to face Hoof. She smiled, which caused Drax to blush deeply.
I'm doing good. It's cold here, but it's bearable.
Drax hastily picked up a blanket.
Do you want a blanket?
She continued to smile.
I actually really find this portion really endearing right now.
This is cute.
Yeah,
This is
he's really like courting this woman. Right
It
now.
really is. That would be nice. Thank you.
Drax walked over and threw the blanket over her and backed away. Not wanting to scare her. Isn't that like if you just fucking just like toss a blanket at someone?
This is actually, I don't know, it really reminds me too of Drax as well, the way he's interacting right
yeah.
now.
Dila pulled the blanket around her and sat down on her haunches.
Thank you, Drax.
He put on his best smile.
You are welcome, Dila. I would do anything for you.
He then instantly twisted around and slammed his hoof into his face, causing a searing pain to flare up in his right eye. He punched himself so fucking hard.
To be fair, his hoof is probably covered in dirt, manure, and whatever else was outside on the
Jesus
ground.
Christ.
I don't want to think
Wait,
about
manure?
in the
God, are they
context of
shitting
them
just
being-
everywhere?
I mean, there's
Not only are they shitting everywhere, they're walking in the shit too.
well, to be fair, there are
Jesus.
horses, and also toilets have never been mentioned in this entire fanfiction.
Oh no.
That's because they all shit in Peter's mouth.
He's got pink eye now.
Oh,
So,
God.
Anyway, he's got like a yeast infection. Eli looked at him confused.
what is wrong?
Drax turned around and chuckled the best he could.
Oh, nothing. I'm just kind of tired.
Dila looked at him worriedly.
Why is your eye swollen? It was fine a while ago.
Drax hung his head.
I hit myself in the eye. Very hard.
She stood up and looked even more confused.
Why would you do that?
I am just stupid is all. I say the wrong things at the wrong time.
Drax said as he rubbed his hoof across his face, whipping away tears. Suddenly, something ran into him and wrapped around his neck. He was taken back at what just happened. Dila, who would never allow any pony touch her, was now hugging Drax.
She gave consent.
Yeah, okay, sure. Good. Yeah, good on her. She's setting her own boundaries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not gonna complain about that.
That's empowering.
It's about,
The
don't
closest
say
you're gonna
that.
get in this fanfiction.
Yeah. Don't say that. You're a good stallion.
She said while she broke the hug.
You're a good boy.
Drax had the largest blush and smile on his face.
I am sorry. I didn't mean to.
Something began to slam into the wall repeatedly.
Oh no.
They looked at the wall and listened as it was
Oh
hit again
no.
and again.
Just pounded
D-Lock
it.
cocked her
Pounded
head.
it.
What is that sound?
Drax chuckled.
Ah, it sounds like Peter and Rarity are fucking. I wish they wouldn't be so loud, though.
D-Law blushed. A first.
Fucking
apples.
apples. Oh my.
Drax smiled.
Do not worry about it. They will be done soon. Their coitus does not last long. Hopefully.
He then made his way for the door.
In the meantime, how would you like to go and grab a cup of cocoa?
That's not how you spell cocoa. Fucking loco in the cocoa. Cocoa. She smiled and began to follow him.
I would love a cup of cocoa.
Meanwhile, in Peter and Rarity's room,
Peter, stop it!
Rarity screamed out.
Never. I'm enjoying myself too much to stop me.
Alright, so team huddle. We already know that this is going to be some kind of really lame joke, right?
Yeah, it's obvious.
Let's place our bets, right? Where do you think it's going?
I'm going... You know what? I'm going to say it's going to be something, like, really dumb, like they're playing, like, a board game or something.
That's a good one. I was thinking some, like, paperwork, like filing taxes or something.
I think, because it's going to be something dumb. The sound on the wall's already there. I think they're just jumping on the bed.
You know, that would make sense.
That would be stupid.
All right.
It'd be pretty dumb.
What's it going to be?
Peter screamed out as he began to breath heavily.
But Peter, you're being too rough.
Rarity whined.
Too rough? You haven't seen rough, my love.
He yelled out as the bed began to shake more violently. Also, just take it.
Peter, please stop. What?
You're gonna break the bed. What?
Oh, you're gonna break the bed? Did Cody say he'll be back?
I think Cody said he'd be back. So
we could just wait. I think we should wait for the reveal.
Oh, okay, yeah. We need him here for the.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we should keep going just yet. I don't mind waiting for a second. But anyways, I was gonna say, already from these two chapters, I'm having so much more fun than I was reading the crossover.
Right? It's like actually, like it's still stupid, but at least it's fun.
It's enjoyably stupid. We have Gyro Khan's like. In some ways, just his writing and mannerisms really made Living the Dream what it was. Having someone else writing it that wasn't good, just obviously Gyro Khan's not good at writing.
Yeah, but like that specific kind of breed of like arrogance and self-assuredness and just grotesque levels of power fantasy.
And I think that's what I've noticed with Kick-Ass's stories is that he is genuinely having fun with these.
Yes.
And you can see that.
Yeah, like it feels like he's doing a thing because he thinks it'll be fun, as opposed to like trying to show off how cool his OC can be.
Look at Miles.
Check out how cool Killjoy is. He can do a double shadow rainbow, which will tear the flesh off his enemies.
Goodness. Yeah, no, it was just unbearable getting through those portions. But now that's back at this, honestly, I'm already, like I said, I'm just enjoying this much better. So
yeah,
at some point,
yeah,
Cody will return. But so what'd you get for Christmas?
Oh, well, I got some cup holsters, and I got some Amazon gift cards. I'm hoping actually I got enough stuff between that and what I've been saving up that I am hopefully gonna get a Switch pretty soon because I love own a Switch. Yeah,
what game?
I want to try the new Pokemon game. Honestly, I've been.
It's fun.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks really good. I know that the whole like National Dex thing has a bunch of people angry, but like honestly, I don't care. There's like a new coughing. I love coughing.
Yeah. The thing is, I will say, having played Sun and Moon, this was already more enjoyable. Sun and Moon lost me at the first island. I got bored. It wasn't.
Are we already talking about Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
We didn't want to get ahead because we want to experience with. So we're just chatting.
Okay.
Sure. Well, I'm here.
I'm not hoping to get Switch for Christmas, this, that, and the other thing. So.
Okay. So Peter. Okay. Yeah. So Peter.
Yeah. Peter, please stop. You can break the bed. I read that.
Yeah.
Peter let out a loud yell.
Peter let out a loud yell and collapsed on the bed.
There, I stopped. Happy.
Rarity shook her head.
That wasn't that fun.
Peter looked at her and cocked his head.
What? I'm that bad?
She nodded.
I'm afraid so.
Peter let out a groan.
Oh, man. And damn, I thought I was gonna be the best at jumping on the bed.
You're such a cheater. That's the hardest cheating I've ever heard. Rarity stood up from the chair she had been sitting in while she watched Peter jump on the bed.
My little sister broke her bed, so she beat you.
Peter hung his head.
Ah, shit.
The next day, 1:23 p.m. at the slopes.
Wow.
Yeah,
All
very
right.
Specific shit.
You think he looked at a clock and wrote down the time? Yeah, I need
I don't
time.
know, maybe. I think if it's 1, 2, 3, it's probably more like, guys, I just came up with the most unique time.
Yeah. Okay.
I looked at the billboard with a smile on my face. I was reading an announcement about a slope run for advanced skiers. I was seriously thinking about doing it. I'm pretty sure it was because of break.
I have nothing to do with this. I do.
I rolled my eyes and looked in the distance, towards the largest and highest slope that is here.
The largest?
The largest.
The biggerest.
You've done that more than once.
Yeah, it's just enjoyable still.
Damn, that's far away.
Fly.
I sighed and began the long journey to the advanced skiers slope.
Oh.
4 hours later.
I finally made it to the... What?
Go on.
I finally made it to the top and collapsed. That was the longest walk and climb of my life.
Wimp!
Walk everywhere, like wherever. You're just in between walks right now, if you think about it.
Didn't he walk from Canada to Ponyville, a trip that most people take by a train at one point?
I thought he flew. He might have walked. I don't remember.
I took
Either
a
way.
deep breath. I took a deep breath and stood, pulling my face cover back over my face. I really don't see the point in this anymore. You climb for hours to ski, and it only lasts a few minutes. A few hours... What the this guy's like struck out. Few hours hard climbing does not equal 5 minutes of enjoyment.
Okay, that's that sentence. Holy shit. Also, like, have you never gone skiing before, my dude? Like,
He probably thought there were ski lifts or something.
As I began to make my way to the starting point, I heard some pony screaming my
fuck
name.
Me.
When I turned, Peter slammed into me, making us roll down the slope a few yards. Once we stopped, I stood and looked at him.
How did you get up here so fast?
Oh,
I get it.
Yeah.
He turned and pointed to a lift.
They have those things, you know.
I face-hoofed. I could have used one of those and turned this 4-hour trip into a few minutes.
Holy
Damn
shit.
it!
now that it's 5:23 and the sun's about to set.
Yeah, right. Peter then began to look happy and nervous. I looked at him.
What is it, Peter? Why did you tackle me?
He walked over to me and smiled nervously.
Okay, dude, don't overreact.
I nodded.
I won't overreact.
He took a deep breath.
Twilight's having the baby right now.
Yes! Oh my god, it's happening!
I'm actually excited.
After all this fucking foreplay, the baby's coming!
60 chapters in, baby time.
Baby time!
When was the chapter they did? When was that?
What? When they had like conceived their baby?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that was 20 something.
Surely,
it's
right?
Gotta be. It's gotta
well,
be.
they were
over 30
fucking by
chapters.
like chapter 15. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Maybe
probably
it was-
been about 40 chapters.
Okay.
Jesus. All right. Well, my eyes widened and my breathing began to quicken, and I yelled out.
What?
Peter held up a hoof.
It's okay. She went into labor hours ago. I'm missing it? God!
I screamed out.
Just my luck. Lance, calm down.
I grabbed Peter by the shoulders and began to yell at the top of my lungs.
She's having the baby, and I'm missing it. God.
Suddenly, a loud roaring-like sound came farther up the mountain. We looked towards the sound and our mouths hung open in shock.
Ah, shit, you just orphaned your kid. Oh, way to go, lads. You caused a fucking avalanche. That thing I was going to do, but apparently is now bad.
Apparently. The snow was coming towards us like a wave. I looked at Peter, who was glaring at me with anger in his eyes. I smiled weakly.
Oops, sorry.
I pulled him close and yelled out.
Hold on. This is gonna be a bumpy ride. Which is what
The
she
snow
said.
crashed. Yeah. The snow crashed into us, carrying us down the mountain. So, how was it?
Mediocre.
Also, oh yeah, the baby is finally here. Oh, and Lance and Peter are now stuck in an avalanche. Wow, the irony. What is ironic about that?
I don't know what the irony is about that.
Oh, the irony.
I actually want to. I want to.
The avalanche is kind of like a womb, and they're being unbirthed into it.
Oh, the irony!
Child is being birthed, so it's ironic in that sense, I guess.
Darn it! The next chapter is long. I actually want to read the birth of their child. It's a Christmas miracle.
Wait, hold on. So the chapter that like is about the birth of the child is called Stallion versus Wild.
My guess.
Oh, he's like gonna be surviving in the snow.
Yes. To get to his child.
To get to the baby.
Oh yeah, that's a thick.
It's a long chapter. I actually want to read.
Let's not.
No,
let's not.
Let's not.
There's a chance that we might be able to read again this week, but don't count
on
it.
No, that's understandable. That's perfectly fine. I'm just a little upset that we get to this point now. Now that we're done with the crossover, we're actually enjoying the story again.
I know, it's almost like when Killjoy isn't writing, it's almost bearable.
I know.
But anyway, got to get some stuff done. So thank you all for joining us for living the dream these last 6 years.
Happy New Year and happy holidays from
the
Living the Dream team. The Let's Read Living the Dream team. The
Let's Read Living the Dream team.
From our family to yours.
Yeah.
Thank you
from our
for joining us for Living the Dream 2010s.
It's been 6 years. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
If Living the Dream...
Hold on. If you'll indulge me for just a moment.
If Living the Dream was a child.
Child development 6 years. Let's see what Living the Dream, Let's Read, would be.
Doing drugs. God damn.
Let's see. Keep an eye out for these kinds of milestones. Language and oh shit, that's a pop-up baby. That was scary. Language and academic development, social and emotional. They can speak in simple but complete sentences with 5 to 7 words. Follow a series of 3 commands in a row. Start to see that some words have more than one meaning, which helps them understand jokes and puns and start verbally expressing a sense of humor. And start to show fast growth and mental ability. So it's actually already ahead of Kick-Ass 222.
I definitely
I was going to that sounds like Living the Dream, all right.
Dude, a 6-year-old would love this story.
Mm-hmm.
I just found out what irony is. You haven't.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
6 years. We'll still be here.
God, I hope not.
For some amount of time.
Yeah. But again, I feel like things might come up a little sooner just because we're not dealing with crossovers from...
I'm not committing to anything. We keep saying it'll be sooner.
I know,
but all right, well, see you guys. We'll see if we're still here in 10 years.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos.
Later.